NHS England have announced that they will no longer be prescribing puberty blockers to children. Great news, but they should never have been prescribed in the first place. Still, a grievous wrong has been righted. No more NHS universal child abuse free at the point of delivery. No more malevolent pharmaceutical companies exploiting vulnerable children for financial gain, rendering them infertile with cancer-causing hormone-manipulating drugs. Predictably, there's been very little in the legacy media covering this story, and there was even less coverage last week over what have been termed the WPATH files, exposing the so-called World Professional Association for Transgender Health as being an ideologically driven rabble of quacks and frauds who've disgracefully had considerable influence over the way gender-confused children have been exploited in recent years in the UK. Few mainstream media outlets wanted to go anywhere near this subject matter. They wouldn't touch it with a barge pole because they're well aware of the moral degeneracy of trans rights lobbyists who haven't flinched at stooping to the very lowest depths to push their agenda, smearing, bullying, harassing people, going out of their way to destroy lives and livelihoods. Most people would rather entertain a despicable lie and put vulnerable children at risk than have the backbone to stand in opposition to these extremely malicious ideologues. And tragically, that's one of the defining aspects of modern times, isn't it? Cowardice and silence in the face of great evil. A few people like J.K. Rowling can afford to stand up to these rancorous activists. Others like Graham Linehan have been ruined by them, and the many cowards who've turned a blind eye to this evil are foolish enough to think it couldn't happen to their child. No one's going to groom their child into believing they're in the wrong body. No one's going to surgically butcher their child without their consent. No one's going to slice their child up for financial gain and leave them with a lifetime of major regret, health problems and physical pain. Never have people had more information at their fingertips, and yet never has idiocy and fearfulness been more ubiquitous. Banning these puberty blockers is the first step. The so-called medical professionals who've spent the past decade grooming, exploiting, medicating and butchering children need to be held to account. Nothing less than prison time will do. They're amongst the very worst of humanity, and yet they've spent years being paraded as paragons of virtue and having their pockets lined handsomely. Sickening. Lock them up now, throw away the key. Please do like and subscribe and support me on Patreon for exclusive content every week. New live stand updates in Southampton, Southend, Nuneaton, Yeadon and Kegworth. Ticket links beneath this video. Thanks for watching.